Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I welcome you to the Grade 8 e-learning session week 5. I hope you are fine and enjoying good health. I am your mathematics teacher. In lesson number 2, we will continue unit number 2, real numbers. Let's start our lesson. If we are given two rational numbers and we have to insert a rational number between these two numbers, how can we find that number? We have a very simple method. We find the mean of given numbers, and that mean will be the required number between two given rational numbers. As an example, I have solved part A, question number 2 of exercise 2A. Question is, insert a rational number between 1 by 2 and 3 by 4 and arrange in ascending order. So first we take the mean of 1 by 2 and 3 by 4, that is 1 by 2 plus 3 by 4 whole divided by 2. Then we get the mean 5 by 8. So 5 by 8 is the required rational number between 1 by 2 and 3 by 4. In ascending order, we first write 1 by 2, the smallest number, then mean in the middle, and 3 by 4 at third place. If we are given two rational numbers and we have to find three rational numbers between these two rational numbers, how can we find these numbers? I hope you will understand the method in the following example. So I have selected question number 3 part A. For this, the question is, find three rational numbers between 5 and 6.5. So let's start. We will have three steps to solve this question. In step 1, we find the mean of 5 and 6.5 and we get 5.75. We call it M1. 5.75 is the mean of 5 and 6.5. So it is in the middle of 5 and 6.5. In step 2, we find the mean of 5 and 5.75 and we get 5.375, which is in the middle of 5 and 5.75. We call it M2. In step 3, we will find the mean of 5.75 and 6.5 and we get 6.125, which is in the middle of 5.75 and 6.5. You can see, and we call it M3. So these three means M1, M2, M3, that is 5.375, 5.75 and 6.125 are the three required rational numbers between 5 and 6.5. In the next question, if we are given two irrational numbers and we are to find two irrational numbers between these two numbers, how can we find these numbers? To understand this, I have solved question number 4A as an example. Question is, find two irrational numbers between square root of 5 and square root of 11. First of all, we will take the square of square root of 5, which is equal to 5, and then the square of square root of 11, which is equal to 11. Now, we have sum of the irrational numbers between square root of 5 and square root of 11 are square root of 6, square root of 7, square root of 8, square root of 10, etc. But we choose any two of these irrational numbers. So we select square root of 6 and square root of 8 as required irrational numbers. Dear students, I hope you have understood all the three methods I explained above. So please note that question number 2A is solved in example, question number 2B is solved above, 2C will be solved on the board, and 2D is your homework. In question number 3, part A is already solved in example, part C is your homework, and part D will be solved on the board. In question number 4, part A is solved in example, part C is your homework, and part D will be solved on the board. Assalamu alaikum dear students. I welcome you back to the grade 8 e-learning section week 5. I am your mathematics teacher. I hope you are fine and enjoying good health. Today we will solve question number 2, 3 and 4 of exercise 2A. So let's start from question number 2, part C. In question number 2, part C, we have to insert a rational number between these two rational numbers. So we have 2 1 by 2 and 5 1 by 4. 2 into 2 4 plus 1 5 and 5 by 2. 5 into 4 20 and 21 by 4. So we have to find the rational number between these two rational numbers. How can we find this? We have to take the mean of these two numbers. So mean is equal to 5 by 2 plus 21 by 4 whole divided by 2. When we take the LCM of this, which is 4, we get 10 plus 21 by 4 whole divided by 2. So 10 plus 21, 31 by 4 into 2, 8. And when we divide 31 by 8, we get 3, 7 over 8. So 31 over 8 is equal to 3, 7 over 8 is the required number between 2, 1 by 2 and 5, 1 by 4. Next, we also have to write these numbers, all these numbers into ascending order. So first we write 2 and a half, which is the smallest number, and then the mean 3, 7 over 8, and at last 5, 1 over 4. Next, in question number 4, we have question number 4 part D. We have to insert two irrational numbers between square root 14 and square root 23. For this, we take the square of square root of 14, which is equal to 14, and then we take the square of square root of 23, which is equal to 23. So the required irrational numbers could be any two of square root 15, square root 17, square root 18, square root 19 and so on, square root 20, 21, 22 and so on, etc. But we have to choose only two out of these. So we take square root of 15 and square root of 19, which is the answer. Thank you. Dear students, in question number 3, part D. We are to find three rational numbers between 10.4 and 13.6. Let's start. First, we draw a real line between 10.4 and 13.6. We solve this question in three steps. In step number 1, we take the mean of 10.4 and 13.6 and we call it M1. So M1 is 10.4 plus 13.6 divided by 2, that will be equal to 12. So M1 is equal to 12. You see that 12 is the midpoint of 10.4 and 13.6. It is in the middle of these two numbers. Now, in step 2, we take the mean of 10.4 and 12, means 10.4 and 12. We get 11.2, which is here, 11.2. So 11.2 is the midpoint of these two numbers. In step 3, we find the mean between 12 and 13.6, means 12 and 13.6 in order to find the midpoint of these two numbers. So we get 12 plus 13.6 by 2, which is equal to 12.8. So we have M1, M2 and M3, the three numbers in between 10.4 and 13.6. So we say that M1 is equal to 12 and M2 11.2 and M3 12.8 are the required numbers. Thank you.